yesterday. Ishvaro Gururatmedi Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavad Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namah. Om Mandalam 10 Suktam 50. Rishi Indra Vaikuntha Devata Indra Chandas Jagati Abhisarini Trushtu Pravomahe Mandamana 10.50.1. O praiser, with your nourishing food and oblations, you sing the praises for the great Indra, manifested Jivatma, who is delighting himself, who is the leader of all living creatures, and who is present in everything and everywhere. The space and earth adore his good sacrifices in connection with the creation of the universe, his might, great fame and courage. So Chinnu Sakhya Narya Ina 10.50.2. Invoker says, by his friendship that very Indra is agreeable to men, who is their master and is praised well. You are to be glorified by men like me. O protector of truth, brave Indra, you enjoy yourself in all load bearings, load carryings, meaning in warlike deeds or in water drops in the cloud. Comment on this. Maintaining the manifested universe is the load that Indra carries. Other works in this Suktam may not need much clarification. Kete nara indrayeta ishe yete 10.50.3. O Indra, who are your leaders of men, who are desired for by you, who endeavor to gain your happiness alone with wealth, who set in motion you for spiritual wealth, who incites you in your own water dharas, in your crop yielding fields and in your manliness. 10.50.4. Bhuvas Tvamindra Brahmana Mahan. O dweller among all men, Jivatma Indra, you become great by Vedic hymns. You become sacrifice worthy in all sacrificial sessions. In all battles you become animator for leaders of men. You also become praiseworthy and the most excellent. Ava Mukkam Jyayan 10.50.5. O Indra, the most excellent you may protect all sacrificing men. Men and sages know your protection to be great. May you be undecaying and also grow quickly. You only make all these sacrificial sessions strong. Ede Vishwa Savana Tuduma Krishe 10.50.6. O son of the mighty father Indra, whenever sacrificial sessions you uphold yourself, you make strong all these sessions. May you be a protector for suppressing enemies. May there be prosperity for performing prescribed duties. May sacrificial mantras and speeches containing knowledge of Atma rise up in us. Last track in the Sutta. Yete Vipra Brahmagrita Sudesata 10.50.7. O wise Indra, may they, who are generators of Vedic hymns of yours, who serve you together in the extraction of soma, physical or spiritual, and in the giving of worldly or gross objects and spiritual wealth, prevail in the delight of the benevolent extracted spiritual soma and of nourishing food by intelligent path. We go to the next Suktam, Suktam 51. Rishi Deva Agni Shaujika. Devada Agni Deva Chandas Trushto. This Suktam is supposed to be an imaginary conversation between Agni, which implies personified energy, and other resplendent beings. Meaning of those ruks is not difficult to comprehend. Mahat tad ulbam sthaviram tadasi. 10.50.1. O spiritual Agni, you enter those water streams by which you are surrounded, or water particles. That cover of yours is excellent and is most ancient. O knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, the resplendent you are one only, though all your bodies are seen or appear variously. Agni is to be taken here as the soul of energy or personified energy personified, manifesting in diverse forms. 10.51.2. Koma dadarsha katama sade evo. Agni says, who has seen me? Who has seen my body variously? Who among shining beings see it? O Mitra Varuna, if you say that somebody has seen all my well-burning forms, which are leading shining beings, where are they staying? Agni, comment on this. Agni is really formless. So Agni, the soul of energy, is formless. So no one can see spiritual Agni. Light energy, one form of Agni, is visible, but most of the other forms are not. Where all Agni is present, who knows? This is the implied meaning of the Rak. Aichamatva Bahudha Adaveda 51.3. Shining beings say to Agni, O spiritual Agni of variegated luster and knower of all born beings, we opt you who has entered the water droplets and plants. The universal controller Yama knows the brightly shining you from your 10 inner dwelling places. Comments on this. Agni is present in all 10 directions in variegated forms everywhere in stationary and moving objects. 10 dwelling places could be 5 sensory organs, 5 organs of action in the body of a living creature. Hotra Daham Varuna Vibhyadayam 10.51.4. Agni says to other shining beings, I have come from or because of the fear of carrying sacrificial oblations. Therefore, may shining beings not employ me only for this purpose here. Because of that reason, my body is entering in various forms or objects. I, Agni, am not intent upon this purpose anymore. This purpose is carrying oblations of sacrifices. Sacrificial fire is being talked about in this book. It conveys the idea that sacrificial fire and energy present in plants, in the water particles, etc., are essentially the same Agni. Ehi Manur Devayo Yajnagamo 10.51.5. Shining beings say, please come. A thoughtful person desiring shining beings becomes desirous of performing sacrifices. Adorning yourself with flames, you please stay in darkness and make the path easily traversable for a person going towards shining beings. Remaining in good spirits, be bearer of oblations. This book is self-explanatory. 51.6. Agneha purve bhadaro arthamevam Agni says to shining beings, elder brothers of Agni chose this purpose of carrying oblations one after another like a charioteer, choosing the right path, and they got killed. For that reason, O Varuna, I have come far away from there, which means sacrificial place, out of fear. I am trembling like a deer from the noise of an archer's bowstring. Implied meaning, energy in inert bodies like the space, air, etc. are said to be got killed in this ruk. Agni does not want to suffer the same fate. Kurmasta ayvirajaram yada Agni 10.51.7. Shining beings words. O well-born, knower of all born beings, spiritual Agni, we shall do whatever is necessary to make your lifetime undecaking. We set you to work in the way that you shall not die. So, remaining in good spirits, may you carry a part of the oblations to shining beings. This implies Agni is being conferred on by resplendent beings the property of indestructibility. Of course, this is purely poetic fancy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Conservation of energy principle. Prayajan me anuyajangsta kevalam 10.51.8. Agni says, O resplendent beings, please give me preliminary offerings, final offerings, also exclusive oblations, and also that portion of oblations which is strengthening, such as ghee, essence of water, and the product of herbs and plants, etc. May Agni's lifetime be long. Last Sutta, 10.51.9. Tava prayaja anuyajascha kevala. Shining beings words. May 10.51.9. Shining beings words. May preliminary offerings, final offerings, exclusive oblations, and strengthening portion of oblations be for you as you like. May all the oblations be for you. May the four directions bow down to you. We go to the next sukta. This suktam 52 is from Rishi Agni Shauchika. Devada Vishwadeva Chandas Trishtu. This is an imaginary conversation between Agni and imaginary shining beings who are said to be 3,339. This sutta can be considered as a continuation of the previous one. 10.52.1 Vishvedeva Shastanama Yatheha Shastanama Yatheha O Vishvedevas, in which way shall I, who has been by or with you here as the offerer of oblations, praise you? Where shall I sit? Please you direct me. In which way you fix my share of oblations, please tell me. By what way your oblations are to be carried, please tell me that also. Comment on this. Agni is asking them how he is to perform his duties as bearer of oblations to and for them. Aham hota nyasidam yajiyan. 10.52.2 Worship worthy, I am seated as offerer of oblations. All the shining Maruts send me. O Agni Ashwins, you please perform the duties of the priests of the sacrifices daily. May firewood be oblation or essence of life. May that oblation be for the two of us. 10.52 and 3 Marus or air helps the fire to burn. Paramatma, Jivatma combined Ashwins are the chief priests of sacrifice of creation for living creatures. All oblations and food finally reach their bodies in which they reside together with Agni and Vayu. Ayam yohota kiruya yamsya. 10.52.3 Who is the offerer of oblations? How is he? What oblations shining beings prepare, and whatever he carries are of the controller of the universe. Agni comes into being daily and also in every month. Then the shining beings uphold the bearer of oblations. 10.52.4 Mam Deva Dadhire Havyavaham. Shining beings uphold me, who is hidden and who moves through many difficult situations as the bearer of oblations, thinking. Spiritual Agni, who is wise, is having 5 courses, 3 hidden forms and 7 threads. He performs our sacrifice. Energy, comment on this. Energy that activates shining beings cannot be seen or is not visible. Agni is hidden in the heart space along with Atma. Agni's 5 paths could be probably 5 kinds of living creatures. Those gross form in the stomach, that is Agni, subtle form that activates the mind, and the spiritual form that reveals truth, namely the soul of Agni Vaishwanara. Avo Yakshya-mrutatvam Suviram. Avo Yakshya-mrutatvam Suviram. 10.52.5 O shining beings, the way I procure peace and comfort for you, in the same way I desire for immortality and good heroes. I make Vajra, namely quantum of spiritual energy, to be held by the hands of Indra. Then he can win all these battling enemies. Comment. Agni imparts energy to Indra to hold the Vajra in his hands. Here Vajra could be physical, thunderbolt, or spiritual, say, ray of light. Trinishata, 3 Sahasranyagnim. Last stroke in the Sutta 10.52.6. 3,339 shining beings serve me. Me, Agni, with ghee. They spread the grass or prepare the sacrificial place for me. Then they seated me as the offerer of oblations. Agni supplies energy to all shining beings also. Shauchiga or Shujiga could mean a piercer, which could be piercer of ignorance covering Atma. Now we go to the next sukta, 53. Rishi, Deva, Agni, Shaujika, Devada, Agni, Deva, Chandas, Drushtup, Jagati. Yama Ichama Manasaso 10.53.1. This very Agni spiritual, whom we opt with our mind, is knower of the sacrifice, is sharp and is attentive. He has come. May that worshipworthy Agni be honored in our sacrifice. May he be seated before all of us in our midst. These are the words of shining beings. 53.2. Aradhi Hota Nishada Ejiyanabhi. Offerer of oblations, worshipworthy spiritual Agni, by or after sitting in his place, is ready for performing the sacrifice. He looks at the well-arranged food and drink, thinking, I shall honor the sacrifice-worthy shining beings with ghee quickly and invoke them who are praiseworthy. .3 Swad Sadhvi Magar Devavitim No Adya. Shining beings say, this spiritual Agni makes our sacrifice successful today. We perceive the hidden tongue of the sacrifice or of Agni. The charming Agni comes here wearing the life given by the Creator. He makes our sacrifice auspicious. Here the Creator implies the manifested self or Atmiyabha Manasama, who is the causer of manifestation of energy. Tadadya Vaja Prathamam Masiya 10.53.4. Agni, spiritual Agni says, I speak those foremost words by which shining beings win over demonic men. O consumers of energy, sacrifice-worthy beings and 5 kinds of born beings, please delight in my offering of energy. He continues. 10.53.4 and 5 together the comment, Agni's offering is energy. He gives it to shining beings and all kinds of born beings on the earth, those coming out of the earth, plants, insects, egg-born creatures, those born from wombs and enlightened souls. Shining beings are born out of the minds of wise sages. Panchajana Mamahotram Yushandam 53.5. May 5 kinds of born beings enjoy my offering. May both born on the earth and those sacrifice-worthy shining beings enjoy it. May earth protect us from troubles arising from the earth and atmosphere, protect us from the space-related troubles. Tandum Tanvan Rajaso Bhanu Bhanumanvihi. 53.6. Shining beings say, O Agni, a standing filament or array of light, you advance near to the splendor of the sun. Please protect the path. Of the lighted world which is created by intelligence. May you make the work of a praiser not excessive. Be thoughtful and intelligent men. Be thoughtful and intelligent men generate shining beings. Spiritual Agni's splendor approaches that of the sun. Both are not identical but similar. Paths in the space can only be conceived of by intelligent men. There are no visible paths in the atmosphere. 8 seats may be meant for the presiding deities of the 8 directions, Ashtavasus. We go to the next sloka, 53.8. Asmanvadiriyate samrabhasvam. Shining beings say, O friends, cloudiness is set free. Please rise up. Let us mutually grasp our hands and cross it. Those who become unhappy, we leave them here. Then we cross over towards propitious energy, spiritual Agni. Crossing over the darkness of ignorance regarding the birth of Agni, shining beings accept the energy supplied by him. (53.9) Tvashtamaya Vedapasam. The Creator of the universe knows all unrealities. He is most skillful among performers of sacrificial acts. He holds the receptacles containing pleasure-giving soma, physical or spiritual, for shining beings. Now he sharpens the axe made of iron, say thunderbolt, by which he hews the brownish lord of shining knowledge. The comment on this work. The greatest sacrificial act is the creation of the universe by its creator, Purusha perhaps, or Atmiya Bhavamana Soma. He holds the receptacles, the space and earth containing flowing essence of Atma Soma for the creation of the universe. First he fashions the body of the brownish Agni for that purpose. The receptacles could mean space and earth. Sato nunam kavaya sam shishita. 53.10. O wise sages, by what sharp tools you fashion the receptacles for immortality, you sharpen them now. Through them, shining beings attain immortality. O wise man, make secret dwellings for spiritual soma. Implied meaning, wise sages are being urged to give shape or form to different shining beings who are personifications of some aspects of Prakriti. May they become immortalized in the minds of the common man. Soma, moving witnessing self, stays hidden in the heart space of man, as visualized by the sages. Last stroke of the sutta, 10.53.11. Garbhe yosham adathur, that spiritual Agni who is upheld in the womb of young maidens by his tongue and also in all manifested living forms, like one's own offspring within the mind, is beautiful, is proper for meditation on every day and is longed for. Wishing to gain shining beings, he makes victory indeed. Comment. Agni is held in the embryo in wombs as seed matter. He is held in secret abodes, stomach, mind, and heart space of all men. He gains entry to bodies of shining beings also. Now we go to Indra Suktas. From sage Brihadukta Vamadevya, Suktam 54, Chandas Drushtu. In general, Indra could be Adhidevik or Adhyatmik. Tam Sute Kirtim Maghavan, 54.1. O abundantly rich Indra, I praise well your glory based on your greatness. When in fear, the space and earth invoke you. You protect shining beings and restrain servant-like enemy cloud. Then you procure vigor for your several objects. (10.54.2) Yadarastanva Vavradhano. O Indra, the fact that growing your body you move among born beings indicating your strength is unreal indeed. So also the talk about those wars of yours. You do not desire to know of any enemy now, nor ever before. Comment. Indra's universal manifested self is a conception of the mind of intelligent sages and hence not real. So he has no real enemies also logically. Ka nute Mahimana Samasya 54.3. O Indra, which of the sages before us have attained even one end of your each and every greatness? You generate the Father of the universe, the space, and the Mother Earth together from your body. Indra causes the manifestation of the 5 basic forms of matter from the most subtle, the space, to the grossest earth, that is the essence of the rock. 54.4. Chatvarite Asuryani. O absolutely rich Indra, 4 spiritual, not to be trifled with forms are there for you. Who is great? O friend, I know them. With them you perform your actions. The 4 forms are to be spelt out in the next sutta. 54.5. Tvam Vishwadadhishe Kevalani. O absolutely rich Indra, those wealth which you uncover and those which you hide, you uphold all those exclusive wealth. So please do not frustrate my noble desire. You are the director as well as giver of gifts. Indra causes the manifestation of all kinds of wealth, physical and spiritual. That is the essence of the Rik. 54.6, the last Rik in the Sutta. Yo adadhat jyodishi jyodi, who upholds spiritual light in the middle of physical light, who causes the sweet essence flow with sweet flowing essence of Atmiya Soma. For that Indra, this lovable, resounding praise is spoken by a loudly praised seer of Vedic hymns. Implied meaning: spiritual light bestows existence on physical light. Indra causes the flow of Jivatmas to the bodies of living beings and also shining beings. We go to the next Sutram, 55, from the same Rishi, same Devata, same Chandas. Different forms of Indra are being dealt with in this Sutram also. Dure Tanna Mayuhyam, 10.55.1. O abundantly rich Indra, that form of yours is hidden in a far-off place for those who are turned away from you. When the space and earth invoke you in fear for giving vigor, then with your form you come near the earth and the space. Then, illuminating your brother's sons, you raise up the space and earth. The first form of Indra causes the manifestation of basic forms of matter from subtlest space to the grossest form, earth. Mahattannamaguhyam Purusprag 55.2. O Indra, that hidden must decide form of yours by which you generate already born and yet to be born beings is really great. Your spiritual light energy, which is ancient, is dear and is born, enters the bodies of 5 kinds of living creatures who are dear to you. Second form of Indra is Jivatma in all living bodies, which may be gross or subtle, imaginary, shining bodies. Subtle means it could be imaginary shining bodies. Arodasi apurnadota madhyam 55.3. Indra fills up the space and earth and also the middle region, atmosphere, with material objects. Then he shows up variously in all seasons with his lights. Spiritual energy Konta, having the same form and with diverse actions, 5 shining beings, 7 times 7, 49 Marudganas and 34 Vishwadevas. Indra fills up the space and earth with material objects and atmosphere or middle region with air and water vapor. Spiritual light stands for Jivatma. Yadusha Aucha Prathama 10.55.4. Usha, the first among shining beings, rises up. O Indra, by what you generated the nourisher among all nourishers, the sun, that consanguinity of yours is inferior. The other one is the greatest among the great. That is one only spirituality, resplendent light, which implies birthless Brahman. Physical light of the sun is inferior to spiritual light of Atma. That is the implied meaning carried by the Rik. 55.5. Vidhum dadranam samane bahunam. Old age approaches even the Creator Brahma or a youthful man who drives away many enemies in battles. This great act of shining Indra, oh friends, please see, one dies today who was led here yesterday. Any born being must die. This is Ruta, nature's law. Decay and death are caused by Indra only. Shakpana Shako Aruna Suparna 10.55.6. Mighty with his own power, reddish or bright spiritual energy quanta, and having beautiful wings, Indra comes. He is great, brave, ancient, has no settled abode. Whatever he knows is truth only and not fruitless. He is the winner and giver of excellent wealth. Here Indra stands for Jivatma, who is flying with spiritual energy quanta, having beautiful wings from one body to another all the time. He is the representative of truth, Atma. He reveals truth to sacrifices. Reddish power implies Agniya power, Manasoma. 55.7. Ayurveda Krishna Paumsyani. With the help of those Maruts, Indra receives the manliness for showering waters. With them, wielder of Vajra, Indra sprinkles water by killing the cloud. These resplendent Maruts came into being as a result of nature's action, initiated by the great performer of many noble deeds. Comment: winds move the clouds for helping Indra to kill them, to bring down rainwater to earth. They came into being for this purpose only, says the seer of the Suktam. Last trick, 55.8. Yuja Karmani Yanayan. That Indra causes actions along with Marusis, having all pervading vigor, is layer of cursors and is perceiving everything and is quickly overpowering his enemies. Drinking spiritual Soma essence coming from the shining space or enclosure and increasing his strength, brave Indra blows away all infidels by fighting with them. Comment on that. Agniya Soma, flowing essence of Atma, comes from the shining enclosure, abode of Atma. This Soma only activates Indra. He destroys ignorance with spiritual light. With that, we close today's session. Viramastava.